So today I'm going to be reacting to a video from Damo Draper about OnlyFans girls. But before we do that, you might not know who he is. He makes some pretty funny skits.
Nothing is more worse than an ugly chick shooting her shot at you. And I know all my guys could definitely relate to this.
Who's shooting they shot with you, big dog? Who are these women shooting they shot with you, big dog?
You minute, stop, wait. I paid a lot of money, Playboy. I paid a lot of money. What happened to that last charge? You're supposed to get me off on all of it, dog. Not just some of it. Not some of it. I paid y'all the money, right? I paid y'all the money, right? Listen, I can't go to jail, Playboy. I can't go to jail.
So that's him. Funny dude. I follow him. Listen, man, he is confused and a bit upset as far as what the gripe is about OnlyFans chicks making money. I can't give the perspective of everybody else. I can only get my perspective, so that's what you're about to get. Let's react to the vid.
Yo, men are so fucking weird, man. Y'all really out here giving men who use their brains a bad name. Why are men so upset with women making a lot of money on OF?
It's multifaceted. So the first thing is, hoes have always existed and hoes have always made money. So it's not about hoes making money or women being hoes or anything like that. That's not what it is. So one of the first things, as far as what's wrong with it, in my opinion, and why, I would be upset or why a lot of people are upset, is because it signals that there are a lot of guys paying for this content. There are a lot of guys down bad in a time where it's so much porn out there for free. There's so many men paying for it. So many men paying for it. And buying, just a subscription, that's one thing, but it gets deeper. There are guys buying used socks. There are guys buying bath water from Sydney Sweeney and stuff like that. So it gets really weird, and it signals that there are a lot of down bad men, a lot of simps, et cetera, et cetera. Now, you could say, well, why are you concerned about the simps? Listen, if we look at women, they shit on these niggas the most. Especially, you want to know who shits on simps the most? The women who get paid from them. You might not, this individual right here might not be aware of that, but anybody who knows strippers, who knows stripper culture, who knows porn stars, I got the videos on Lisa Ann and all that. I highlight that a bunch on this channel. Like, they shit on simps. So nobody really likes simps. And the thing about simps as well is they fuck up the game in a lot of ways. Prime example, a lot of chicks see these chicks making money, and now these chicks think that they are worth that much. You want to know how it affects a guy like me who doesn't participate in that shit? I got to deal with it. If I ask for a picture or something like that, there was a point where, nigga, it's either yes or no, shit go smooth or don't. Now, because every chick thinks they a content creator, or they think they got content creator capability as far as doing porn and stuff like that. If I ask for a picture, like a nasty picture, whatever the case may be, and shout out to you niggas who go, oh, I don't ask for nothing else. Shout out to you niggas. I love that shit. I'm going to ask for it. I get it for free. Don't pay for none of it. Them, in some cases, actually having that value, because some of them actually do sell content, but they breaking me off for free. And there's some think they have the capability to do content. So them thinking or knowing that they have that value, they'll throw out little shit like, oh, you're so lucky. You so lucky. You should be grateful. Or whatever, like whatever weird shit. Or, oh man, you should literally had this happen to me the other day. Like, oh man, I had to pause the vid and go look it up verbatim. A chick said people usually pay for shit like this, but I don't. So that's one way that simps fuck up the game. So like we got that whole first point out the way. It signals that there are a lot of people that are down bad, right? The second thing, as far as what's wrong with it, a lot of these women are exploiting men's loneliness. So I don't fuck with that, because it's a difference between porn on a screen, right? Just porn on a screen, and then having some dude typing all this shit out. And like this dude is the dude on the other end, as far as a simp, he's paying to message this chick. He done bought, the OnlyFans subscription so he could pay to message this chick, and he's not even messaging the chick. He's messaging some dude. Like, that's what it is. And it's like, it's some of the weirdest shit. These dudes want intimacy and they want it from that woman, but they are getting it from a man. In some cases, they're not getting it at all. And in a lot of cases, these motherfuckers is getting finessed. There was a famous chick who OnlyFans did like ridiculous multi-million, and she was in fucking bikinis with no nudity. So these aren't even like a lot of these people, as far as these chicks, they get up and they shit on their customers, right? They brag about finessing their customers. So it's really not honest business. Like, oh man, you can't knock the hustle. A lot of them is not doing honest business. There's some of them that's doing honest business, but most of them not. And they're exploiting men when it comes to this. So that's one of the things that I don't fuck with, that I highlight a lot on this channel. And I could go deep about that. But this is the last thing. The last thing is just the sheer ridiculousness of it. It absolutely highlights the deterioration of our society when an amateur porn star, and I say amateur because these chicks don't be signed to no nothing, they don't be a part of no infrastructure, they just be individual babes with no production team, nothing. They not under a company, nothing. It's just them. And they might hire a few people at most. They are making 40 million, 50 million, 80 million annually. You got a chick who is making damn near as much as LeBron James, Sophie Rain, all off of posting news, all off of setting up a paywall through OnlyFans to sell news. That is absolutely ridiculous. And when you ask, oh, why is that a problem? First off, it's just fucking nuts. It's ridiculous. We just get that out the way. I could go on about how ridiculous it is, but some of the things I've already said. When we talk about the deterioration of society and stuff like that, and like this loneliness epidemic, the lack of birth rates and stuff like that, if this is making so much, you think this doesn't contribute to that at all? You don't think that this is a major indication and a major factor as far as like the decline in dating and stuff? Like, you don't think this is a major factor, being that we got individuals making tens of millions? Because on one end, you got a bunch of simps, but on the other end, now you got all these regular bitches just aspiring to be fucking multimillionaire whores. Every chick thinks they got I mean, and listen, when I tell you, I don't know what y'all life be looking like. I don't know who y'all talking to. You talk to these regular, everyday fives, threes, twos, sevens, eight. Don't even get into the sevens and eights and all that. Just anything below that. Every chick thinks that they could get online and sell feet pictures. There's a joke all over social media, the for free. Anytime a chick's feet is out on anything, they be like, for free. Somebody comes and comments for free. Because these people, and this is the funniest thing, none of the top people are like foot fetish anything. Like, they are all busting that twat open. Let me say that again. Everybody puts, oh man, you get rich off your feet, just showing your feet. Everybody at the top is popping that pussy. If they not popping that pussy, they are famous and they are finessing these motherfuckers with bikini pictures. But listen, because I know he doesn't get it, and I know a lot of people don't get it. But you should get it when you see 18-year-old girls, the moment they turn 18, they are trying to get on OnlyFans, making an account, and trying to get some money. There was a documentary that I watched in 2020. It was a HBO or Zeus Network. It was something like that. It was about strippers or whatever. There was a chick who was probably like 19, 20. Her older sister was a stripper when she was 15. She looked up to her sister. And since she was 15, 16, she aspired. The moment she became 18, she was going to become a stripper. Now, at the time this came out, OnlyFans was not going like that. It was not going crazy. So when you see stuff like that, that has always existed, but you got to be in proximity of the whores to get influenced as a child like that. Now the whore influence is widespread. And there are tons of regular girls who are underage who aspire to become a professional whore the moment they turn 18 instead of going and getting a fucking job. How could you not see the problem in that? Again, we're not talking about women in poverty, women who are just growing up around brothels and stuff like that, a select few. We're talking about this influence is widespread. Everybody sees it. And this is what a lot of girls all through the nation, they're getting influenced by this shit. So that's the problem, big dog.
Y'all, why y'all so mad about that? If y'all mad about a woman making money on OF, right, to the point where we're now making this into a trend where we shit talk them, right? Why was nobody upset with all of the rappers who say they're gonna go into a strip club and throw money?
Find this video of mine. I talk about it on there. I've always had a problem with trick culture, tricking ass niggas, and the popularization of tricking.
Y'all glorified it. They would make songs about it and y'all would sing along. Knowing damn well you ain't never been to King of Diamonds or any other strip club. Y'all never been to none of these clubs, but y'all sang the songs at the top of y'all lungs. Y'all glorified it so much that on your birthday, y'all would go out and spend your little shillings to see someone take their clothes off.
In my life, I've had 3 strip club trips. Guess how much I spent total out of all the strip club trips I've had in my life? And remember, I'm in my 30s. I'm in my mid-30s. Pause and guess how much I spent in those 3 strip club trips. Just pause and make a guess. Probably even drop a comment with a dollar sign. Spent $20. Spent $20 total. And that was in my first trip, and I never spent money after that. I never spent, and you might ask, why is you in the strip club if you ain't gonna, dog? Because my niggas was going. That's it. Outside of my first trip, it was never my idea to go to the strip club. All 3 trips were worthy of storytelling. So, you know, I tell a lot of stories. I'll probably tell those at some point.
And y'all did it as a group. 15 men in the strip club. On one bottle. Y'all are fucking weird. Why wasn't there an uproar when T.I. said it ain't tricking if you got it? Y'all made him go platinum. What the fuck? There was no uproar when Snoop Dogg was talking about pimping women. Y'all turned him into a household name.
So listen, I was going to go deluxe on this, but I'm not. I'm going to just try and keep it brief. I'm going to try and keep it simple. First off, as far as me individually, on this channel, I've scrutinized Snoop multiple times for multiple things. And one of the things I scrutinized him for is all the bitches ain't shit rap that he was doing, along with transitioning into being a fake porno pimp in the early 2000s, right? Whole time he has a loving marriage. Whole time he has a loving marriage. That was a part of my childhood. None of us knew he was married. And trust, Snoop definitely influenced some kids with that pimping shit and with the bitches ain't shit. He influenced some children. And the biggest gripe I have about that is that's not the life you living. Why not promote? If you gonna go home to your wife, why don't you promote marriage in your music? Why don't you promote the we should have households and get married? Why don't you propose or promote family life in your music? So that's one of my biggest gripes with Snoop Dogg. Now, pushing that to the side, because I still listen to like Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None and all types of old Snoop Dogg shit that would be flat out misogynistic. We just got that shit is misogynistic. It's no way around it. That shit is misogynistic. But I still listen to it just like a lot of women will still listen to it. But this is the thing about pimping. Let's talk about pimping very briefly. Let me just get this out the way. There is a small niche of black men, me included, to some extent, to think pimping is cool to some degree. When you look at right now at this moment, Goldie, the podcaster, the ex-pimp podcaster, right? When you look at Snoop Dogg in that time frame that you're talking about, when you look at the rapper Sugar Free from that same time frame, when you look at Pimps Up, Hoes Down, the movie, when you go back in time and you look at all that black exploitation shit and you see the Mac, when you hear Curtis Mayfield talking about that pimping shit and all that stuff, like when you hear all of that and you see all the lore around it that has been built up since the 70s, there is some coolness when it comes to the pimp as a figure. Like you have to understand that. If we're talking about how they dress, the lingo they use, the slick talking that they have, and the fact that they have women, which I'm gonna get to, all of that is fucking cool. It's no denying that there's a coolness factor to that. When you take it a step further and you talk about all the simping that I've talked about in this video and all that going on, pimping is the absolute polar opposite. It is the polar opposite of simping. You are actually getting a woman to break you off money. That is not standard in society at all. To some people, there's going to be an admirable factor to that, to where a woman is willingly giving you her money. That is not something I aspire to be or something I aspire to do. I don't ask no bitches for no money, but it's definitely fascinating. It's definitely fascinating, to say the least. Now, the one thing that I have to get out the way is that I, as an individual, understand that in reality, there are a lot of fucked up aspects to that. And it's not actually cool. It's not actually cool. And even then, on the surface, some of that is a mirage. Some of it is actually real crazy as far as the state of the pimp game right now. It's actually real crazy. I'm going to play you a clip.
The Renegades got it worse. The Renegades got it bad.
It was Renegade K.
Yes, Renegade
I
K.
did not know that until recently.
Yeah, man, you know how much money I done made off Renegades, and Renegades do get kidnapped. Dead homies.
That's what the K might be for.
That's where the whole kidnap come. That's where the whole kidnap come from. Cause I don't know what niggas got going on with minors and anything else, but we real pimps kidnap renegades.
The clip is a little bit longer than that, right? And I might touch on it a little bit later. Dude is from California. You know, if you into the no jumper sphere, you know some of the Hoovers out there around Fig, which is where a lot of pimping goes on in LA. They were trafficking minors, right? And they just got a RICO on them, right? So you'll see pimps speak against shit like that, but it's still happening, right? And then I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'll be like, we don't know the specifics of these situations when these dudes is getting hit with human trafficking. Because if a woman is completely consensual and willing, giving him the money and not being coerced, not being forced or nothing like that, they'll still call it human trafficking. They'll still call it human trafficking. But shit like this right here, 100,000% human trafficking. You're kidnapping women. It's nothing about that is okay. It is absolutely atrocious, and I really don't got the words right now to just describe how foul that is. That's actually like that's inexcusable. I don't support that shit. I don't support nothing that even come close to looking like that. But that's how come I say, like I said in another video recently, like I don't agree with everything as far as pimping and stuff. And when you get to shit like this and just how the game actually look when you get past all the like chains and shit like that and all the slick talk, it's a really ugly thing. So now that I got that out the way, let's recap that very quickly. There's a small niche of black men, a very small, it's not even the majority of black men, right? Small niche of black men who are either fascinated by pimping or think pimping is cool as far as a lot of the lore that goes with it. Me as an individual, I am one of those individuals to some extent. But when you look at the reality of what pimping actually is, it's ugly. I don't support it. What it actually is, I don't support it. And it can get as ugly as kidnapping. So no, I do not support it in reality, right? Let's move on because he's talking about all these people who are upset with the OnlyFans thing. Once we get outside of that niche of black men, right? That small niche of black men, white people are on the beginning. And I think there might even be a few black people of pimps up, hoes down, right? Condemning pimps. They think they are the scum of the earth. The majority of people having these opinions about OnlyFans or white people, they absolutely hate pimps, right? We already talked about how it doesn't matter what a pimp got going on. He's getting hit with human trafficking. It don't matter if they're a willing participant, human trafficking. So the justice system hates pimps. So much that they switched the charge up from pimping and pandering so that these niggas could get all the way out of the paint and get life in prison, right? When you look at women in general, they demonize any man profiting from these women making money. They demonize the Tates. They demonize Hugh Hefner. You've even seen people like Lana Rhoades and Mia Khalifa who have profited millions from the popularity that the porn industry gave them. They shit on the industry that made them, shit on the people that made them. So now I don't got to keep dragging this out. Listen, most people on the planet in America are against any form of anything that looks like pimping to where a guy is getting money off of a girl selling her body. That's where we're at as a culture. That's where we're at as America and all that stuff right now at this moment. Now, even when we get past that and we talk about what he's talking about, Snoop was never a real fucking pimp. The nigga is a fucking, that's like, it's all fiction. He's a character, bro. He's a character. It's a difference between being mad at an actual pimp and condemning an actual pimp versus enjoying entertainment from a fucking fictitious pimp who is just playing a fucking character. It's a complete who's going home to his wife, not pimping any fucking body. It's a tremendous difference, brother.
Some of y'all are using y'all valuable time on this earth to shit on women doing OF while simultaneously defending Diddy, talking about he only flew them out.
It's funny because he talked about niggas that actually think and then said that shit. When we're talking about OF chicks, like, it's just so funny, man. Let me just get this out the way, man. When we talk about sex trafficking with the Diddy kid, there were no victims. Not one. And if there was a victim, it is because of, if you watch the interviews of the fucking escorts that were there. It was the escorts because of Cassie, not because of Diddy, because of the manipulation and mind games, psychological shit she was doing to them. That is not mainstream, so you're not going to see it unless you actually go and watch it. But even if you watch the case, he got acquitted, all of that shit. And there were no victims, man. What the fuck are we even talking? Like, the only victim when we talk about, in this, he wasn't on trial for this. Cassie is a victim because she got beat. She's not a victim because he coerced her or forced her to do anything sexual. So this is a fucking horrible comparison. And it's like, oh, but y'all using your energy to defend it. It's like, what the fuck does that have to do with this? What the fuck does that have to do with one individual motherfucker being free? And even then, he's getting condemned for it anyway. So what the fuck are we talking about? And no, it's not no, he just flew him out. No, it's that there are no fucking victims. That's what the fuck it is. So what the fuck are we talking about?
Y'all just need to admit you just jealous. You jealous that they making money. That's it. It can't possibly be anything else because what the fuck?
Is it because y'all feeling emasculated now? Because you can't say, hey baby, I got it for you. She's like, nah, that's all right, I got it myself.
Jealousy is just absolutely stupid. That's like one of the dumbest things he could have said. I can't even pull no punches on this shit. That is stupid, but also the whole, oh, no, I got it. Like, you got to understand when you get into real life, like these chicks most of these chicks, because there are so many chicks on OF. I mean, even in Bumblefuck Nowhere, there are chicks on OF, right? Most of them are not getting money. I'm talking, bruh, the majority are not getting money to where they don't have to work. So this is just this what he's talking about. He's unaware of what's actually going on. This is some fictitious shit he's talking. 99% of dudes is not running into this scenario. I already told you the scenarios that I ran into just trying to get pictures and shit like that. I don't deal with nothing. Oh, it ain't no chick talking about you want to do some content or nothing like that. I ain't running into no weird shit like that. Because these bitches is not getting money, man. These bitches is not getting money. As far as the majority, and especially the chicks that guys is pulling for the most part.
Is it that you now know you have to offer something else other than money? You now have to offer a personality. Y'all now have to offer these women a personality, some kindness, a listening ear, a large enough dick.
Y'all already know how I get down over here, man. I talk about broke niggas getting babes every day, man. So none of this applies to me. That's how come I'm the perfect person to fucking reply to this video, because most of what he is saying doesn't apply to me except for the part where I have an issue with the OnlyFans shit to any degree. And again, through my channel, I have track records of these opinions that I'm talking about. This is not me just saying this shit just to go against the track records of me saying this shit.
I know I said this is the last time I'm gonna post on his page, but
Nah, go on, big bro. Go on, big
y'all are weird, bro. Y'all are weird. I understand not wanting to do it in your own life, but to get to the point where you're gonna treat someone with a lack of respect? They're not hurting anybody, but you care enough about how someone else is filling their pockets?
They are hurting people, no matter how you look at it. Even if we just take away all the stuff as far as like the loneliness epidemic, a lot of these chicks are finessing. A lot of these chicks are being dishonest. A lot of these chicks are scamming. So that's that. So like, oh, not hurting nobody. Some of these chicks is hurting people, dog. And some of them are the bitches that are getting money.
To treat them with a lack of respect? Why y'all didn't have this energy for all of these guys in the strip club? Where's all that energy at? What you scared of men? And you surprised women scared of men?
I'm going to talk about the place this video is coming from inside of him in a moment. But those are two different things, right? We're not out here condemning strippers. We're condemning OnlyFans women, right? You see, he hasn't mentioned strippers a whole. He's talking about pimps and tricks. There's not even a correlation of the spenders to the hoes, to where you can draw a parallel of a hoe online to the spenders in real life. That's fucking stupid, because the one thing he didn't mention is the simps online. That would be the contrast you would make to the tricks. If we are mad at the tricks online, why are we not mad at the tricks in person? But somehow in his brain, tricks in person in the strip club are equivalent to the OnlyFans woman. Let's get this out the way as well. Like, strippers are not making OnlyFans chick money. They're not making millions. What the fuck are we even talking about, man? Let's continue.
These niggas crazy. And if you think I'm simping by saying what I'm saying right now, I gotta ask, well, who you simping for? I don't want to simp for nobody, but if I gotta simp for somebody, it ain't gonna be a swinging dick. Y'all
If I'm gonna simp for somebody, it's not gonna be a whore.
out here circle jerking when you do that. Y'all circle jerking. I just don't care enough about how someone else is making money to say I have no respect for you now.
I want you to note that I haven't mentioned anything about not respecting women in this video.
Unless you hurting somebody. You ain't hurting nobody. Who gives a fuck? Y'all don't got nothing else to think about? Y'all lames for real. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? The world is burning and y'all care more about women making money on OF. Lord have mercy.
The world is burning, yet you decided to address this. The world is burning, yet you decide to make goofy skits every day that have nothing to do with the world burning in some cases. Some cases they do. But in some cases where you talking to that dude, like, man, who the fuck is checking for you? Like in that other video that I put up, like you're not, like, people act like you can't be concerned about two things at once. People act like something, all your actions got to go towards one primary focus throughout your whole life, throughout your whole day, throughout your whole existence. Like, it's just fucking stupid. But anyways, this is the thing. This was a poor video. I didn't watch the whole thing before I reacted to it. I only watched like probably the first 45 seconds. Yeah, it just got worse as it went on. And this is the thing, man. You already knew what it was. All this is him pandering to get coochie points. That's it. That's it, because you got to think about it. He acts like he is not concerned with this shit at all. If you are not concerned with this shit at all, why are you so concerned about it now? Why are you so concerned about the reaction the people are having to it? You didn't even care enough to get an understanding. You didn't even care enough to get an understanding from the people who are complaining about it. But the complaining rubbed you the wrong way enough for you to go and make a video on your big platform about it. You know why you did that shit. You know why you did that shit. You wanted the coochie points. You wanted to go and, air quote, protect, I don't want to say black women because it's all types of women, but you wanted to protect women. You wanted to come out and show them you're better than the bear. You wanted to win over more of your female followers. You wanted more DMs from the hoes. That's what you wanted. That's what you wanted. That's all this is. This is a ploy for female validation and attention, because you don't really care enough. When you don't seek to understand what motherfuckers are complaining about, then go and complain about it and you don't understand it yourself. And then you make nonsensical arguments. I haven't even checked the comments. I'm not going to put them in the video, but I'm going to check the comments on the post later. Like, yeah, that's all this is. That's all this is, man. I'll catch y'all later, man. Let me know your thoughts.